Yes.
So,
hello. Yes.
where is that going?
At the moment, it's just being stored up here. Although,
What kind of cranial implant is that?
well, it's new. That's what it is. I'm still learning. I've got the viewfinder on there. Hold on. Let me just open it up.
All right, thank God.
If it ever unlocks. Hold on. There you go. So there's the.
Yeah.
But that's only Bluetooth, so that's why it's all jerky. But it's being stored up there.
Yes, it's the fact that it works at all is still it's an ancient miracle.
It is. But the microphone is not very good in a noisy room, I found.
Yeah, but unless you have a highly directional mic in a noisy room, and that's going to be quite unidirectional.
That's right. That's what I found. Because I was thinking of
you should hang out with sound designers at some point and sound record it.
Yeah.
There is no room quiet enough for them.
Well,
and
it's
this room
true.
This room is a very loud room.
It is.
Poor camera person who's been struggling to get.
Because I was going to say, if I could grab 5 minutes or something in the room next door or something on, just to record a quick promo of Lightcloud.
You know what we should go? We should go out to the stairwell.
Sure. All right. We'll do that. Awesome. I mean, so I'll give the camera a go, but I've got a backup. Oh, that's funny. This is the echoiest space, but it's so much quieter. So what I've got is my little miniature recorder for sound at the same time. Just
I know, it's always, I understand, and it's a good idea.
Yeah. All right. So, Mark Pesce, first, how would you like to be introduced when I introduce you on the podcast?
Inventor's probably fair enough now.
Inventor Mark Pesce.
Yeah.
Tell me about Lightcloud.
So Lightcloud is a lamp with a lamp stack. What that means is that it's a lamp, so 52 LEDs with 2 million colors, each are individually controllable, but it has a small Linux computer on board. It's still fully powered, and so it's running Linux, it's running Apache, the web server, it's running Python, so that means that it now is a device that's internet connected. It's got Wi-Fi, so it's internet connected, so that means it can control things over the internet and can be controlled by things over the internet. For example, you're watching a scary movie at home, it's a live broadcast, and the broadcaster is sending up commands to your Lightcloud that's modulating the light in your house as you're getting the scary part, lights go down, lights go back up again. So it's what we call illumination as a service. All right, so it allows people to send you mood lighting or send you an animation of the day or whatever it might be. And so it becomes a device that not just shows you states so you can look at it and maybe know what the temperature is outside or whether it's going to rain, but it actually brings both the virtual world and the real world in, and it can talk to other things. So that if you wake up in the middle of the night and tap it and turn it on, it can tell your other lamps in the house to turn on so you can find your way to the bathroom.
That's terrific, and you can put other information into the light.
Well, that's the thing. It's a computer. I mean, any of the flexibility that you have with the computer, but rather than having a big display on it. And the thing about displays, we have lovely high-resolution displays, but they demand attention. And the nice thing about a light is that it's actually ambient. You can glance at it and get a sense, or you can not, or if it starts blinking, oh, there's a Facebook message, or there's a tsunami, or, whatever it might be. So you can imagine someone waking up in the middle of the night and it's blinking red because there's been a tornado warning, right? Or in the middle of the day it's blinking blue because it's time to take your medicine. Or, and you can go on and on like this. So it just becomes a way of making a light, which is the original electric technology, intelligent. So now it's not just light, but it's what we call Moore's light, right? So it's got Moore's law combined with the fact of electric illumination.
Wonderful. And if people want to play with the hardware and the software, it's open?
That's the thing. So I hope people will support us on the Kickstarter, which will launch on October the 16th. And one of the things is all of our hardware and all of our software is open. I mean, we're not worried about people copying, because what we're doing is we're building a platform for people to play. It's this lovely line from William Gibson: the street finds its own use for things it uses its makers never intended. And we really want that. We want people to take this thing and run with it and go all sorts of weird directions that we would never think of, because that's where the creativity is. I mean, just like a computer. And the problem with computers and smartphones is people just sort of get them and there's some apps and you use them, but you don't necessarily think about them as being platforms for being creative because they get so constrained now. They're sort of prepackaged.
Yeah.
And what I want to be able to do is sort of free the light, so that the light isn't just something that's prepackaged, which it has been for 150 years. It's magical. You turn it on and there it is, and it changed day into night into day. So it transforms civilization. But now it needs to actually be eaten by software and become this very playful, interactive thing that has an interiority with it.
So people can play with the light.
People can play with light.
Amazing. And the lights talk to each other.
Yeah, they're all on Wi-Fi, so they can talk to any other service on the internet, including inside the house. So all the lights in the house are talking to each other, and all the lights then around the world can be talking to each other. We're now talking to the Vivid Festival about maybe doing something where the Vivid Festival is a beautiful festival in Sydney where there's lots of beautiful light installations that people get to play with. And that's the thing about it, is that a lot of the work is quite playful. So maybe you have an installation with a whole bunch of light clouds down on Circuit Key, but these are also networked to people who have light clouds in their homes. And so there's a sort of macrocosm, microcosm thing going on. And it's just an enormous ground for playfulness and being able to explore. Indeed.
And what inspired, what inspired, sorry, we'll let you pass.
Docking station, cord loop.
Oh, no, it's going to have better,
So you don't have to worry about the cords. And recharging.
yeah,
It's a rechargeable battery, so it'll run for about 4 hours on that. Perfect.
yeah.
So
That'll cost you another $30.
it's worth it.
I know. And apparently, if we seal it correctly, it'll float in the pool.
And what side?
Festival.
That's right. That's right. So, this whole idea that you could have a large public installation that is then, because it's a network device, networked to the private installation. So you think about it, we can put an accelerometer into the light cloud so that it's an actual object that you don't just look at, but you can actually pick up and play with, which opens up an entire ground of games and all sorts of great stuff.
Yeah.
But imagine now that everyone's sort of picking up and twisting around in their home, and that's affecting what's going on at Vivid, or maybe it's picking up at Vivid, and they're, and it's this whole idea of being able to have this sort of...
Hello.
Hi there.
Oh, it's a secret discussion.
No, I'm being recorded. You're taking off? It was a pleasure to meet you. What?
One thing, I could ask you, what inspired the idea in the first place?
I got my hands on a Raspberry Pi at the beginning of June, and I've been wanting it for a while because it's the new black, really. This idea that computing and very sort of high performance computing by the standards that are relatively recent. High performance computing, incredibly cheap, Moore's law, right? And so as soon as I had that and was running Linux on it and got it up and running, I started connecting things to it, connecting an LED and then got that LED on the internet so my friends could turn the LED on and off. And I spent a couple of days watching the LED flicker as my friends could turn it on and off. And one thing sort of led to another, and so the sort of flowering of that idea became Light Cloud. And it really had to do with the fact that, I've been on the web for pretty much as long as there's been a web. And I've also been doing physical computing for about 20 years as well. So this is not, it was an arrangement that was a long time in coming, but the price point wasn't right yet. And I've also had a background in doing consumer electronics. And so I was, I guess, maybe almost waiting. And I actually tried to do a version of this 9 years ago, around the same time I moved to Australia. That I was going to call it Brixel.
Yes.
And I could never really get the design I wanted because the devices were too dumb. All right, you really have to have a computer and Wi-Fi and all that stuff on board before the devices become intelligent enough to become interesting. Now we've got this magic point where all of the electronics for the brain, $12.
Wow.
It's just the parts cost me retail, which is $13. And oh, there you are. And yes, so it's
All right.
So,
yes, we're talking about the price point.
Yeah. Well, that's right. So things are at a magic price point. So this is just the first of what are going to clearly be a lot of devices from a lot of people that have a lot of intelligence, and not just intelligence, connected intelligence, and that's the key thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have the smartest dishwasher in the world, but if it can't talk to anything, who cares?
Oh, sorry. Good.
All right, we got to end it there.
We do.
Okay.
We'll do this. Oh, it's just one of the patterns they've set up. Except that's doing a different one. Very close. They can if you move them around, they'll change a little bit in response. There's an accelerometer. Depends what it's programmed to do.